different cases for over 40 years. In the early 1970s, we had asked for police a review board with subpoena powers, just to be able to investigate this because it's taken just a long time. One case that I want to bring to the forefront, because it will be the 9th anniversary, is that of Daniel Rosa, who was killed, fired, shot in the back at blank point range. Just a young person who left us. And that happened in 2005, on June the 7th. So that would be 9 years next month that he passed away. And the same thing happened. We had Officer Julie Schroeder at that time, who was found with several violations and was fired. She then appealed. And when she went to the appeal, the arbitrator found that she had broken a lot of policies, but also that she didn't have a just cause for shooting someone just for running away. You just don't shoot someone for just running away, not brandishing any weapons or anything. And so she remained fired. But there's a difference between remaining fired and then paying, following the same suit that if we murder someone, we are going to go to trial and we're going to be accountable for that particular issue, and we're going to have to fit the sentence. And so for so many years, we have found that officers are just slapped on the wrist for their things. And then they later on show up working in another city, another county. I think that there's a lot of work that we have to do to make sure that officers who are out with the intent to kill, before asking questions, that who have alternatives to mount different weapons, taser guns and so forth, before shooting to kill. We've always said we want the elimination from shooting just to kill. There's other ways of doing it. And so we're hoping and we're praying that true justice comes from this particular case, because it's a long ways of coming. I think that we are now at that time and place where those changes need to happen, and they must happen so that we can get justice, because there can be no peace without justice. And we know that when we lose someone, the community hurts too. And it's easy to bring out the fault of the person without bringing the fault of the person who committed the crime. And that is something we have to change too, is character assassination of someone who's been murdered by the police without receiving justice. So let's have justice. Thank you.
My name is Snehal Shingavi. I'm a faculty member at the University of Texas, and I was out here almost a year ago with the family when this had happened. It was just on the heels of the murder of Trayvon Martin and the jury fiasco that was. And I want to say that I am genuinely happy for the family today, because it's been a year worth of protests and rallies and petitions and letters and pleading with the city of Austin to take this case seriously. And if today is a reflection of anything, it's a reflection of their perseverance in the face of what has been a systematic attempt by the city of Austin to deny this family justice. And we should be very clear about that. It took them forever to begin an investigation. They still haven't released all of the data from that investigation to the public. It took the district attorney forever to issue an indictment, and even then, a weak indictment. And let's be clear, this was not manslaughter, it was murder.
Yeah.
You do not chase down an unarmed black man and then your weapon goes off, and it is an accident. Everything about that had premeditation written all over. Let us be clear that what happened today, while it is a victory for the family, still represents a systematic injustice that goes on in the city of Austin when the city council, the mayor, the police, the district attorney all line up behind the police force and defend every single one of their actions, even when it is so nakedly transparent to the rest of us that an injustice has been committed. We need to continue to put pressure on this district attorney to let her know that we are still watching, that this manslaughter charge represents the beginning of a sea change of a community that is organized and ready to hold a city and its police force accountable, because it has been way too long in the city of Austin that the police have gotten away with killing unarmed civilians and never seeing the inside of a courtroom, or never seeing the inside of a jail cell, or never being allowed to retire without their pensions. Everything about this case smacks of injustice, and what we have today is the beginning of a process of attempting to win justice for not only the Jackson family, who desperately deserves it, but every other family in Austin that has lost a loved one to the actions of the APD, and no longer should we tolerate the kind of circling the wagons that happens behind the blue uniform. That is absolutely unacceptable. We deserve a different kind of police, and it has to begin and end with Acevedo, whose actions in this case have been absolutely reprehensible. 2 years ago, Acevedo had no problem apologizing when the APD shot a dog. When they shot a dog, an unarmed black man, not a word of apology from Acevedo. Not a word of apology from this police chief. Let us be very clear that everything about this case reeks of injustice. It reeks of what the APD has done that has been absolutely reprehensible. And I also want to say a word to the members of the media who are out here today. Because for the last year, we've had to sit by and listen to character assassinations of Larry Jackson Jr. in every single article you have written.
Fuck the whole ass Austin media!
Every single article that you have written has included something about fraud charges, something about Larry Jackson's past, when that action that happened on that day had nothing to do with anything. We've also heard you praise Detective Kleinert to the heavens. No single investigation about his record, what happened, or even an attempt to get the police department's own investigation released to the public. The members of the media need to know that we are also watching very clearly what you are doing. So, my congratulations to the family. This is an immense step forward in the fight for justice, but this is not the end of a fight for justice for every single victim of the APD's brutality in the city of Austin. And that fight goes on. It starts today, it continues today, and it will go on until every single member of the APD is held accountable for what they've done.